Hello everyone. We are on Saturday, excuse me as I get my page right, Saturday, August the 28th, the feast of the great Saint Augustine, one of the most brilliant minds in the Catholic Church and all of Christianity, one of the most influential thinkers in the West. Man was unbelievably intelligent. He led a very sinful life early, repented, was baptized, became a priest, a bishop, and now he's a doctor of the church. His writings are magnificent. Some are much easier than others. Some are quite difficult to understand. And if you don't know what I mean, try to read his treatise on the Trinity. Read his sermons, they're easier. So anyways, 1 Thessalonians. St. Paul says, but we urge you, beloved, to do so more and more, to aspire to live quietly, to mind your own affairs, and to work with your hands as we directed you. So he's giving these Thessalonians, his brothers and sisters, some practical advice. Basically, to not be nosy. He's not saying don't be involved in politics, that kind of stuff. But he's saying, don't be involved in gossipy circles. Don't be a news junkie. Like, it's not wrong to know what's going on in the news, but it's wrong to be a news junkie because it consumes our time. It distracts us. And these days, we don't even know who to trust anymore, because so much of the news is simply fake. It is ideological. They're not reporting stories. They're making up stories. And it's disgusting, actually. It's absolutely disgusting, because they're violating their own vocation, because journalism is an extremely important vocation. It's very important that we have people who are reporting on the news, not making it up, so that we can, we see both sides, and we don't see both sides anymore. So we have to pray for journalism and, the TV people, that they have a deep conversion in their life and start doing what they're supposed to do. Again, it's a very important vocation in life, journalism. So St. Paul here is saying, we urge you, beloved, to do more and more, to aspire to live quietly, to mind your own affairs. He's not saying, let the society go to hell in a handbasket. He's saying, be focused on your duties of state. Be focused on what you're supposed to be doing with your life. And don't be looking this way and looking that. Look what she's doing. Look what he's doing. Look what they're doing over there. Blah, blah, blah. And our focus is everywhere except where it should be, and that's in the mirror, which means you and me. I'm focused on what the Lord is calling me to do. Now, it may be to help my brother or sister or this one over here, but primarily, what does the Lord want me to do? And when it comes to other people's business, it is to shut my mouth. Do you believe that? Do I believe that? To shut my mouth and stop talking about people. I don't want them talking about me, except if they come to me and talk to me to my face. And then if they're going to come to me and talk to my face, they should do so with a purpose in mind, to inform me or to be sincere and genuine and want to bring something good out of it rather than just blast me. Same thing if I go to somebody else. What's the purpose of it? We've forgotten this stuff in this verbally violent age. We're just emptying our anger bucket, which is all very narcissistic if you think about it. So he wants us to work quietly and to mind our own affairs and to work with your hands as we directed you, because this is how we're going to become saints, by doing these things for the glory of God and the good of others around us. So that's really important. So that's 1 Thessalonians. Matthew 25. So this is the parable about the talents. The kingdom of heaven will be like this. It is if a man going on a journey summoned his slaves and entrusted his property to them. To one he gave 5, another 2, another 1, each according to his abilities. Then he went away. Now we know what happens. The 5 invests 5 more, 2 more, 1 goes and buries it in the ground. 5 is rewarded, 2 is rewarded, the 1 is condemned. Now why is he condemned? He's condemned because he's wasted 1 talent. In the time of Jesus was an enormous amount of money. Enormous. So he's not entrusted with nothing. He's entrusted with a talent, which is a lot of money. You and I, really what we're supposed to do is, there's 2 tracks here. We're entrusted with natural talents. I don't care. Nobody's a mistake. Nobody is a freak, as it were. oh, that didn't happen, that's kind of a freak show, or that's a freaky thing to happen. Everybody has been intended by God from all eternity, even a child who has been brought out of the violence and sin and disgusting reality of rape and things like that. God has brought that child into existence for a purpose. And the purpose is essentially only good. I've listened to this one person many years ago talk. At the end of the talk, she was given to all these high school students about chastity. And at the end of the talk, she basically kind of led up to this point where she said, you think I'm just saying even children of rape should be saved? Well, I am. I'm a child of rape, and the doctors told my mother to have an abortion. She didn't. Here I am talking to you, and I thank God for my life. She didn't thank God for the creep who raped her mother, but she thanked God for her life. See, to me, that's a profound example. That's somebody who helps me when I think of that person, to basically, give thanks in all things. Okay, so this is really important. 5, 2, or 1. We don't know what we have. But if we have just one talent, God has entrusted us with a mega spiritually rich treasure. And that really is the mystery of grace. That's what he's getting at. So we are called to invest that for God's purposes. When you're loving your children, loving your family, you're doing your work well, when you're in traffic, when you're in your social environments, all of this is very important. So invest your talents well for God's glory and for the good of those around you. God bless you.